Cascade Hoops Talk, this is Billy D. Hey, today we have Drew Stutts. He's the head men's basketball coach, Freed-Hardeman University. They are the Lions. Buckle up. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Cascade Hoops Talk, produced in the shadow of the beautiful Cascade Mountains and bringing the world NAIA basketball. One podcast at a time. Hey, today we have Drew Stutts, head men's basketball coach, Freed-Hardeman, national champion 2 seasons ago, Fab 4 last season, another program with just sustained success. He's like so many coaches and programs around the country that are kind of, I'm not going to say rebuilding, but reloading. He's brought in some transfers that he's pretty excited about, and he's also bringing in some young guys, high school guys. Freed-Hardeman likes to, build with 4-year guys to get that culture that is so necessary. Hey, let's take a listen to Drew Stutts. He's the head men's basketball coach, Freed-Hardeman University, the Lions. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Drew Stutts on the phone. He's head men's basketball coach, Freed-Hardeman University. They are the Lions. Welcome, Coach. Thanks for being on the show.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I appreciate you reaching out. Always good to talk with you and ready to get some hoops rolling in the NAIA this year.
Well, we got to look back real quick at the last couple of years. Let's talk about last season. Obviously, the year before you won the championship, you got back to the Final Four last season. I know that it's always a disappointment to get that deep, but it had to be pretty rewarding because early in the season last season, a lot of people were kind of counting you out because you had so many transfers, but you were able to get back to the Final Four and really compete right to the end of the season.
Yeah, it was a really good year. I had quite a few guys that were seniors or transferred out to move up to higher levels after we won the national championship. And so I kind of had to reload and bring in, quite a bit of new roster last year and had some good returners coming back. But as you know, we play 10 guys all the time. And so quite a few of those guys last year were new pieces. And, for us to, stack 2 30-win seasons together and get back to the Final Four and back-to-back Mid-South Conference championship tournament wins. I thought last year it's one of the best seasons in history of Freed-Hardeman basketball. Mm-hmm. It just happened to be the season after winning the national tournament. So I was really satisfied with how things went last year. You always want to win that last game, but for us to replace what we had to replace after winning the national tournament and then coming back and making another deep run and having a lot of success, I was really happy for that group of guys and, excited to get it going again this year.
Real quick, when you go back to Kansas City, I get to know some of the teams. Different teams have different personalities. I've always found that your teams are really easy to know, great families, it seems like, across the board. You should really be commended on the teams that you pull together. I really enjoyed being around your guys.
I appreciate that. I mean, that's a point of emphasis, obviously, in recruiting is taking the time to get to know the people that you're going to bring in and have a part of your program and be sure that they understand, how our program is going to be run and what the expectations are. And, from there, you tend to attract the right people and the people that maybe aren't the best fits, find other places to go. But, culture is a big word that we use all the time. And it's something that we're committed to. And, it's great to have success, but when you're having success and you're doing it with people that you love and that you care about, across the board, players, families, people that are supporting you. I think the FHU family is a pretty special group and one that I've really enjoyed being a part of the last 7 years.
Okay, so speaking of the FHU family, so at this point, who's the better basketball coach, you or your sister? She's really pushing you at this point.
Yeah, she had a great year last year. They went to the Elite Eight, and she had a great season. Was super excited for her. That was her first year as head coach, And so for her to get off to a hot start and make a deep run and have a lot of success, I was happy for her. She's still got a ways to go to catch me, but
Of course.
we'll see. We'll see how they do this year. I think they're going to have another good year this year as well.
Well, it's got to be nice just to be able to feed off each other's success like that. That's got to be pretty rewarding.
It is. It is. It's pretty fun. I mean, we're here in Brewer Sports Center. Our offices are side by side, and we live less than a half a mile from each other. So just a rare and unique opportunity for us to be here and be at a great school and enjoy seeing each other have success and be here to bounce ideas off of and work together just to promote basketball as a whole at our university.
So, Coach Stutts, I was going through your new roster this morning. I want to talk about that. I want to make a side note. I am going to really miss calling the name Peyton the Law. That was my favorite name in the country to call.
Yeah.
One of my favorite players in the country, but I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss calling that name. But I was teasing you when I first called you. I said I scrolled through your roster and I thought for a moment it was all freshmen. I counted them up. You've got 15 of them on here. I think it was 15. I went to Klamath Union High School, so I don't. But you have a lot of freshmen, and you've got some returners, and then you've got some transfers. But just talk for a moment. This is a pretty big reload you had to do this season. Talk about what your mindset was going into it, and you started bringing these players in.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is year 7, and so you've been here and you've done it, and had some experience as far as trying to figure out where you need to bring in some talent and some already proven experience. But we love bringing in high level freshmen, developing those guys. We've had a lot of success with that. But then there's a time as well where you're going to need to bring in a transfer too that can really complement the team maybe that you're bringing back or that you're bringing in. And so I'm really satisfied with this last year's recruiting class and how everything panned out. We got a great group of freshmen that are going to develop. We got some guys that had already been here that are redshirt freshmen that are on the roster that people don't know yet, but that will have an impact on our team. And then a few returners and then a few transfers that come in that I think are really high-level players. And again, going back to what we talked about a little earlier, just great fits for our university and our program as a whole.
So as I was going through your roster, well, let's talk first. You've got Sam Powell coming back. People remember him. He's a big, strong guy. He can hit the three. And Phil Horton, and he was a key piece to your team last year. And then Boyd Dean played some at the point. Talk about your returners.
Yeah, really like those 3 guys. Sam and Phil both were redshirts their first year here. Sam is a redshirt junior. Phil is a redshirt senior. Both those guys, big, strong, 6'7", 215, 225, versatile games. Sam can really shoot the ball, but also can put it on the floor a little bit, play back to the basket. Him and Phil bring a lot of experience at the forward position. Losing Peyton, you expect those 2 guys to step in and step up into filling some of those shoes that Peyton's left. And then Blake Dean was a guy that, really our point guards last year were interchangeable, but basically he split minutes at the point last year as a true freshman and had a really solid season. But just this year, I mean, you can tell in the preseason, really comfortable in our system and just more confident, second year in college ball compared to being a true freshman. You can tell he just different level of confidence and is playing really well. So those 3 guys are coming back. We, like I said, we had some red shirts who were here for the ride last year, making the deep run. And so they were there. They weren't on the floor, but guys like Cam Hudson and DJ McIntyre, a couple others that are going to be competing for some PT. But those guys are going to step in and be ready to go and have an impact as well.
Those other guys you mentioned, they were red shirts last year or just underclassmen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, red shirts.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Red shirts last year.
You brought a couple of key D2 transfers in. Both of them have been pretty successful up to this point. Jalen Anderson, he came over from Christian Brothers, 15 points, 4 rebounds over there. And then Rico Sane, he's out of Lane College in Jackson, Mississippi. I'd never heard of that one before. But he had 13 and 6 or something. I can't read my own writing, Coach. But he started 16 games for them. Jalen was a starter over there as well. Are those look like two of your key transfers right there?
Yeah, we got four transfers total, and those two, oddly enough, both of those guys actually played high school basketball together at Southside High School here. Jackson, Tennessee is about 30 minutes down the road from Freed-Hardeman, but they played together in high school, and both went JUCO and then wound up going Division II. But both guys, a lot of experience on the floor, both strong, athletic guys. Rico can really shoot the ball well, and Jalen's going to be a really dynamic point guard for us. Super strong, athletic. Really, for you probably remember Quan Lax, who played a couple years ago, a guy that's similar to him. And so super excited about them. They're excited to be back together playing. They've already got some of that chemistry built. But you got those two, and then you got Lane Lauderbaugh, who comes in from IU Southeast, and Jamarcus Powell, who comes from Tougaloo. Lane last year averaged, close to 20, 21 points a game and did it really efficiently. I think maybe 54% from the floor. And then Jamarcus is a really complimentary piece who we think has a really high ceiling. Great athlete, can really get to the rim. We run a lot of ball screen actions. He's a really good role player. So guy that can guard and is going to complement some of these guys really well in our pick and roll game. But those four guys really, Lane's a guy that you can move around and play at multiple positions. So you can bring in a little bit of experience at the guard spot, a little bit of experience at the forward spot, and then Lane's kind of a guy that you can use however's needed. But these guys have been really good for us in the preseason, just blue-collar guys, and, really thrilled to have them here at Freed.
Yeah, Lane Lauderbaugh, he really lit up the River States last season. He's a good scorer. I also averaged 7 rebounds a game, so he can pound the boards as well. He's
really, really good player. I mean, he's probably 6'6". I think he's up to almost 210 right now. He's doing really well in the weight room, but he's just a guy. I mean, you could play him as a shooting guard. You could probably play him as a 4 or 5 for us, but just well-rounded game. Can shoot it, can put it on the floor, can play back to the basket. Different player than Peyton Law, but similar in that he's got a lot of versatility to his game.
And then Jamarcus Powell, he's more of a slasher type.
Yeah, more of a slasher, role player, can knock down the open shot, but is going to be a really high-level defender for us. And, obviously that's something that we're committed to is, our defense. And he's a forward that can come in and guard really well on the perimeter. So excited to see how those guys develop and what their ceiling looks like at the end of the year this year.
So you brought in a lot of freshmen. We talked about that early in the conversation. But, freshmen are freshmen. Are there any of the freshmen that you think could make an impact this season?
I think there's quite a few guys. Today, I think for us is practice 15, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly where everybody fits. But got a couple guys. Rodney Henderson's a guy who played at Tanner High School over in Chattanooga. He's a 6'2", maybe 6'3", just guard. Can really get to the basket. Was a Mr. Basketball candidate here in the state of Tennessee, but long and athletic, is going to be a good defender, really a transition player, but I know he's going to have a good season. And there's 2 or 3 other guys, Caleb Thomas, Eli Pounders, maybe a couple other. Eli was he's from Alabama, was a Mr. Basketball candidate from Marshall Bible School, big time player for them. You'll get to know his name in time, whether it's this season or in the future. I don't know. We're still figuring it out. So it's great to have a ton of talent. We probably feel pretty confident about, probably 13 of these guys being able to compete and play for us. And so we just got to figure out where all those guys are going to fit in this year.
But I agree with you. I think it's very helpful to have, I call them program guys, culture guys that are with you from the start and kind of grow with the program.
Absolutely.
You play there. I've already talked to a couple of your cohorts in the Mid-South. I talked to Coach Briggs and also to Matt Daniel. Just talk about, that conference, it's small, seven teams, 3 of you end up in Kansas City. It's pretty phenomenal conference, isn't it?
Yeah, Mid-South used to be deeper as far as just how many teams that we had in the conference. But, I think it's back-to-back years. We've been the only conference in the nation that I've had 3 teams in Kansas City, us, Georgetown, and Cumberland, Kentucky. But I mean, even outside of just us 3, there's some really quality programs that in the past have really done well. Campbellsville, Lindsey Wilson, some of those teams. But yeah, I mean, it's a really quality conference, top to bottom, and I expect us to have at least 4 teams in the national tournament this year. And when you're talking 4 out of 7, that's pretty high. And outside of that, the good thing about us having a little bit smaller conference is you get to do some things with your non-conference
Yep.
and play some really good teams. And so we've loaded up with another tough schedule this year, and just try to play as many national tournament teams as we can. And so there's good and bad in having small conferences, but no doubt some of the battles that us and Georgetown and Cumberland, Kentucky have had over the last few years have been great, and I think have helped all 3 of us really prepare for the national tournament.
You've been a perennial powerhouse now for several years. What does it mean to a program to get to Kansas City? In other words, Coach, what I'm asking is, you're used to being there. The players are used to being there. The schedules are familiar. The place is familiar. You know where things are. How much of an advantage of that is that to know the Kansas City routine?
It's definitely a huge advantage. I don't know that we have as big of an advantage this year as maybe we did the year that we won the national tournament
Mm-hmm.
or last year, just because we got quite a bit of turnover. Especially guys that have graduated and guys that have moved on to Division One. But no doubt, I mean, even just from a coaching standpoint, I mean, the first year that we went, we actually played Scott Moore and Grace, and they had a really good team that year. And I mean, it was just all new. It was new for me. It was new for our staff. It was new for our players. But the following year, when we came back, you were just more comfortable. You had been there. You had done it. It was an expectation. And the more time that you spend in settings like that, the more comfortable you get, and the more you're able to just play the game and not get caught up on all the extra stuff. So no doubt it's a huge advantage, and for the guys that we've got coming back who've experienced it before, we'll lean on them and hope that we can make a run and get back there for however many years, 4 or 5 years in a row that's been now. So yeah, big time advantage.
So, Coach, you've got, you just mentioned it a moment ago, you've got a tough non conference schedule coming up. You've got a tough conference to play through, a new team, basically. You've reloaded. What are going to be 2 or 3 of the keys for the Lions this season to be successful?
Well, I mean, an easy answer is just staying healthy.
Yeah.
When you got so many pieces that are new, they need time on the floor together, and they just need experience. No doubt, if we can stay healthy by the end of the year, I think we're going to be a really, really good team. But just staying healthy and staying together. This team's, naturally, when you have this much turnover and this many new guys part of the program, there's going to come some ups and downs throughout the season. You don't have as much stability built into your team, and so just withstanding some of the tough times and not
Yeah.
responding in a negative way, but responding in a positive way. But I'm pretty confident in our group. I think this is a group that can make a deep run, and we typically have a theme each year for each season, and the theme this year for this team is to raise the standard. And after you win a national championship and go to the Fab Four, for that to be your theme in the next year, that speaks to our expectations for this year, and what we want to accomplish as a group. And it's not just to hold on or just to be here and try to be part of the program that's had success, but to take it to levels that it hasn't been to before. And I truly believe this is a group that can make that happen.
I know you're a coach, you can't look ahead, but on November 5th, you're gonna go over to Georgia, and you're gonna play live team you knocked out this last year. Boy, Coach, they're gonna be waiting for you. I'm gonna circle that night.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Easley and them have got that circled as well. We played them here at our place. I think we've played them every year since I've been here. They used to be in Mid-South, and then
Yes.
since then, I think we've just done a single game. And so, Coach Easley does a great
He
job.
does, yeah.
Last year they had an unbelievable team, and we just played really well. We played them in the round of 16 and shot the ball extremely well in the first half. But they had Chase Harris and some others last year that were just really, really talented offensive team. And I'm sure he's put together a great class, and they'll have a good group. And it's always hard going over there and playing, period.
Yeah.
But put the combination of us being on the road and us being a little new and them probably wanting a little bit of revenge, it's definitely a game that, will be a challenge and one that we need to be tested in. And so win or lose that game, hopefully we can just go over there and gain some valuable experience and play well.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you giving us a few minutes this morning. I can't wait to see the new Lions in action. Of course, I'll get a hold of you and we'll talk more after the basketball season starts. But I really appreciate you giving us a few minutes today.
Absolutely. I appreciate all that you do, and always tune in and listen to the different episodes that you have out with different coaches, and just appreciate the work that you do. Guys like you and others that promote NAIA basketball, you're valuable, and we appreciate all the time and energy that you put into this great sport that we play.
Oh, I appreciate that, Coach. That's Drew Stutts. He's the head men's basketball coach, Freed-Hardeman University. They are the Lions. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Billy.
Hey, thanks a lot to Drew Stutts and to Freed-Hardeman University as well. I'll tell you what, I really am going to miss calling that name Peyton the Law, and I love to watch that guy play. But he's went on to bigger and better things, and I'm sure that Coach Stutts has got that team loaded back up. I wouldn't count them out this year. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. This is Billy D. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.